So Chris Brown is in the UK. He's performing and people are loving it. He really does sing and dance at such an incredible level. He's truly talented. Yes, he does, beat women and beat men. And is just, a horrible, monstrous, unrepentant person in general. But that doesn't really matter because, like I said, he does perform incredibly well. And people are satisfied by that. And this is not even me judging because, to be honest, it doesn't really matter. I've never believed in cancel culture because we've seen the worst of abusers, serial unalivers, predators, just serial offenders in general still attract fanfare, still attract attention because as long as you're moderately attractive, talented and famous, there will always be people to defend you. Like, that's not to say everyone, but there's always enough for you to have a very privileged and joyous life. And that's exactly how, we end up in situations like this with Chris Brown, who really does, like I said, he's tremendously talented. He sings and dances to the highest degree. But yeah, he does occasionally beat men and women throughout his years. So I don't need anyone to explain to me how we're here, because it's not about cancel culture. This is about a man with a 16-year track record of violence still being rewarded as if it didn't happen. And many others, to be honest, as well. I actually did have a look today at his record with, violence and the police. And if I went, list by list of everything he'd done, it would take me, half an hour. Off the top of my head now, from what I read, it was 2009, Rihanna, that's when, obviously, that was his most public one. 2013, Frank Ocean, he punched in a parking lot over a parking space. 2016, he was in a standoff with police after waving a pew-pew at a woman. 2017, that was when Carucci had a restraining order against him. 2018, was it? He had a lawsuit where a woman said she was trapped and assaulted in his house. 2019, that was the Paris essay allegations. 2021, that was when he slapped another woman in the back of the head. 2024, of course, he beat men backstage in Texas. And then obviously 2025, he was arrested recently for an incident that happened in 2023. To be fair, so he might have turned a new page in his book from 2024 till now. Who knows? Obviously, that incident where he got arrested for in the UK, he beat someone publicly with a bottle in a club. So there are multiple witnesses. So I guess, in fairness, yes, I am judging a little bit. But I'll be honest, I do feel uncomfortable with that because we all have our contradictions. We all make excuses for artists that we like. And we all have blind spots and guilty favourites. I guess the difference for me is most people's contradictions don't involve repeated violent court cases and restraining orders. This isn't someone who messed up once and changed. This is someone who just keeps doing the same thing, right? And he keeps getting away with it because he sings and dances so incredibly well that we let him. And I guess I have friends who are going to the concert and I just don't get it because if you say you care about anything morally, whether it's women or whatever, if you call yourself a feminist, as some do, if you talk about survivors, justice, how life as a woman is unsafe, etc., and you still support Chris Brown, then I do actually think that contradiction kind of matters because it reveals that your activism is built on convenience, and that is for a lot of people. There are convenient activists, and it really is kind of sickening, I'm not going to lie. I don't think anyone like Chris Brown is misunderstood. He's not reformed. He is a violent demon, still protected and profitable. And if you support him, I guess understand what that really means because you're choosing to look away from everything that he's done. And that choice says more about you and your values than anything you say ever will. So yeah, I'm not judging because I can't, because obviously everyone's kind of a hypocrite. But I am judging because he is a horrible person. But yeah, this is my opinion.